way over time. Let me just ask one last question, though. You have gone through, in your personal life, you've kind of been to hell and back. Yes?
Well, I don't think any more than most people my age.
No, come on.
Well, most of the people I know my age are people like me.
I mean, do you look at that as simply sort of passing through the valley and coming out? I mean, come on.
I think, you know, I mean, I think I got some attention for some work that didn't really deserve it at an age when I had a hard time handling it. And it wasn't a whole lot of attention, but it seemed like a whole lot to, you know, a library weenie from the lower level of Frost Library in Amherst College. And I had a hard time with it. And I was lucky enough to have a really hard time with it at an age early enough so that there was something left in my life when it was over. Whatever that meant. If you wanted something like really exciting or sexy, there really isn't much. I just got really
But were you, I mean, it was drugs and you were suicidal and the whole 9 yards, yes?
Yeah. Here's why I'm embarrassed talking about it. Not because I'm personally ashamed of it, but because everybody talks about it. I mean, it sounds like...
In other words, everybody talks about it for themselves, or everybody talks about you?
No, it sounds like some kind of Hollywood thing to do. Oh, he's out of the rehab and back in action.
No, I didn't say anything about rehab. You know, I said something about the course that took you from Amherst College to back to Illinois.
I did some recreational drugs. I didn't have the stomach to drink very much, and I didn't have the nervous system to do anything very hard. Yeah, I did some drugs. I didn't do as many drugs as most of the people I know my age. What it turned out was I just don't have the nervous system to handle it. That wasn't the problem. The problem was I started out, I think, wanting to be a writer and wanting to get some attention, and I got it really quick. And
by writing?
And realized it didn't make me happy at all, in which case, why am I writing? You know, what's the purpose of this? And I don't think it's substantively different from the sort of thing, you know, somebody who wants to be a really successful cost accountant, right, and be a partner of his accounting firm and achieves that at 50 and goes into something like a depression. The brass ring I've been chasing does not make everything okay. So that's why I'm embarrassed to talk about it. It's just not particularly interesting. It's what it is very, very average.
Do you see yourself chasing a brass ring now?
This is what's very interesting is there's part of me that wants to get attention and respect. It doesn't really make very much difference to me because I learned in my 20s that it just doesn't change anything, and that whatever you get paid attention for is never the stuff that you think is important about yourself anyway. So a lot of my problems right now is I don't really have a brass ring, and I'm kind of open to suggestions about what one chases. That there are real abstract ideas about, you know, what art can be and the redemptive quality of art, and, you know, kindness to animals, and, you know, all the cliches that we can invoke. But it's, the people who most interest me now are people who are older and who have sort of been through a midlife crisis. They tend to get weird because the normal incentives for getting out of bed don't tend to apply anymore. I have not found any satisfactory new ones, but I'm also not getting ready to, you know, jump off a building or anything.
Well, that's good news. David Foster Wallace, a supposedly fun thing I'll never do again. Essays and arguments by the author of Infinite Jest. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us. We'll see you next time.